Hello and welcome to the October installment of Community Focus, presented by the Friends of MCTV. I'm your host, John McPeak. Every month, the program features news about upcoming activities in the Greater Midland area. This month, our guests include folks from the Midland Area Crop Hunger Walk, the Snow Snake Ski Patrol, the League of Women Voters Midland Area, and the staff of MCTV. Joining us today to lead off our program is Victor Atiemo Obeng, a participating team member in the Midland Area Crop Hunger Walk. Welcome to Community Focus.
Thank you very much, John.
Victor, when is this year's Crop Hunger Walk scheduled to take place, and where will the walk begin and end?
Okay. The walk begins, actually the walk would take place this first Sunday in October, so October 7th.
Mm-hmm.
And the walk begins at this Midland Center for the Arts. Participants will gather and register at 1:30, and then the walk will actually begin at 2 p.m.
I see, and the route is already been set, and that will be...
The route is set. It's about a little less than 3 miles long,
Mm-hmm.
and it will begin from the Center for the Arts, go through Dow Gardens, and then meander around Main Street by the river,
Mm-hmm.
and then end back at the Center for the Arts.
Why a distance of about 3 miles? What's symbolic about that?
That's an interesting question, and I'm glad you asked it. Over the years, we've actually had walks of much longer lengths. In fact, the first walk was 20 miles, and then we dropped it down to 10K, which is about 6.2 miles. But we've settled on about 3 miles because what we have found is that around the world, people who depend on walking to get water for their families and so on walk about 3 miles, a distance of 3 miles to access water. So that's what we've settled on.
What is your fundraising goal this year?
This goal, we've set a goal of $30,000. This is not the first time we've set that goal of $30,000, and we're hoping this year we'll be able to hit it.
I see. Now, who sponsors the Crop Walk, and how are the proceeds from the Crop Walk used?
Okay. Crop Hunger Walks in the U.S. and actually around the world is organized by Church World Service. And each locality, there will be a group of people, usually people from various churches and service organizations, who manage the local walks.
Mm-hmm.
So Church World Service organizes all the walks around the world, in the U.S. and around the world. And then in Midland, there are several churches, so representatives from various churches and also service clubs like the Kiwanis and so on, who organize the Midland area local walk.
And of those funds that are raised, some goes to Church World Services and some stays local?
Well, this is a walk really organized by Church World Service, so all the funds go to Church World Service. But they have made a stipulation that each locality where there is a walk, that 25% of it stays in the locality. So Church World Service will immediately write a check back to the locality for use in their local area.
Now, how does the fundraising work?
The fundraising is really a matter of, I call it a matter of numbers. Somebody volunteers like me. I volunteer to walk and to raise funds. And so I will contact either my church members, my co-workers, my family members, friends, and ask them to support me in the walk. And that's how we raise the funds. A walker will then, usually, through your service agency or your church, will be given an envelope like this. And so you take that envelope around, and then there'll be a sheet like this where you collect the names of the people who are donating to the fund. Alternatively, you can also go to a website. It's Church Crop Hunger Walk / Midland, Michigan, Midland MI. And you can sign up to raise funds there directly. People can go to the website and actually make donations on the website directly also.
And donations can be made not only for the Crop Hunger Walk, but also year-round on the website.
Exactly. Yeah, the website is available all year round.
Now, this event is a walk, but do you allow or do you encourage wheeled devices, bikes, rollerblades, skateboards, that sort of thing, or is that discouraged?
Well, the main discouragement for those kinds of wheel devices is that we have to go through Dow Gardens, and we enter through Dow Gardens. And so whatever Dow Gardens allows,
I see.
it will be permitted.
And and also
The route.
dogs are not encouraged either.
Midland, the Dow Gardens does not permit that, so yeah.
Now, Victor, you've had the experience of making an observation trip to see how the funds are used nationally, internationally. Tell us about that experience briefly.
Good. This was back in 1997. I had the wonderful privilege of traveling with members of Church World Service and also representatives from various area crop hunger walks. And we visited the country of Honduras, where some of the monies that I raised actually are sent there for various projects, hunger projects, projects to encourage people to grow farms, gardens, and so on, basically to feed themselves. It's sort of a self-help type of project. And so our trip there was an observation trip to try and find out how effectively those funds then are being used over there. And it was really a memorable trip. I mean, this is something that I'll never forget. Now, there was one event that took place, and I remember one of the members that we met over there made a comment, and the comment basically was that the fact that you are here tells us that we are not a forgotten people. And a comment like that sort of stays with you forever, really.
So the best way for the viewers to get information would be at the website, which would be crophungerwalk.org/MidlandMI.
Correct. That's it.
Very good. Well, Victor, thank you for appearing on Community Focus, bringing us up to date on the Midland area Crop Hunger Walk.
It's a great pleasure to do this. Thank you.
Our next guest is from the Snow State Ski Patrol with information on their annual ski swap.